Jakarta, the bustling and vibrant capital of Indonesia, has been a symbol of the nation's growth and development for many decades. However, as the world changes and urban challenges evolve, the Indonesian government has recognized that it's time for a significant change. The city currently suffers from pollution, flooding, and overpopulation. Traffic jams alone cost the government an estimated $5 billion annually. The solution? In August 2019, the government announced its plans to move its capital to Nusantara, in East Kalimantan. The city is touted to be environmentally friendly and adopt 100% renewable energy. Let's find out if this will really solve Jakarta's problem. First, let's talk about Jakarta's most pressing issue: overpopulation and congestion. With a population of over 10 million people, it's not only the most populous city in Indonesia but also one of the most densely populated cities in the world. The result? Gridlocked traffic, poor air quality, and stretched public services. As Indonesia's political, economic, and cultural center, Jakarta has been a magnet for people from across Indonesia seeking better job opportunities, education, and a higher standard of living. Coupled with a higher-than-average birth rate, the city's existing residents also contribute to the population growth. The result of this population explosion? A city that's strained to its limits, unable to provide adequate resources and services to all its residents. The overpopulation challenge is compounded by the fact that Jakarta's existing infrastructure was not designed to accommodate such a vast number of residents. The strain on infrastructure has several significant consequences. As discussed earlier, the city's road network struggles to handle the volume of vehicles and commuters. Traffic jams have become a daily ordeal for Jakarta's residents. Overcrowding also places immense pressure on public services such as healthcare, education, and sanitation. Hospitals, schools, and public facilities often operate beyond capacity. For instance, let's compare Jakarta's hospital density of approximately 1.3 hospitals per 100,000 people in 2020 to some of its Southeast Asian neighbors. Malaysia, with a hospital density of 2.0 hospitals per 100,000 people, and Singapore, which boasts a much higher hospital density of around 13.8 hospitals per 100,000 people, illustrate the stark differences in healthcare infrastructure. These disparities highlight the profound impact that infrastructure challenges have on the daily lives of Jakarta's residents, affecting their overall quality of life and well-being. Jakarta is also sinking at an alarming rate. Some parts of the city are sinking as much as 25 centimeters, almost 10 inches, every year due to excessive groundwater extraction and inadequate infrastructure to control flooding. This makes Jakarta extremely vulnerable to rising sea levels and natural disasters. Jakarta's sinking problem, often referred to as land subsidence, is a complex issue rooted in a combination of natural and human-induced factors. This environmental challenge has far-reaching implications for the city's residents and infrastructure. Jakarta's geographical location is a key factor in its susceptibility to sinking. The city is situated on a delta with a network of 13 rivers, making it prone to frequent flooding during the rainy season. However, the sinking issue is not solely the result of natural factors. Jakarta's residents have relied heavily on groundwater for their daily needs, including drinking water and industrial use. This overpumping of groundwater has led to the gradual compaction of the underground aquifers, causing the land surface to sink. About 40% of Jakarta is below sea level. The low-lying city is truly sinking at an alarming rate, way faster than climate change is causing sea levels to rise. Both sinking land and rising sea levels both point toward the same outcome. Flooding will be a regular occurrence for the city. The decision to relocate Indonesia's capital is not solely driven by urban challenges, it's also motivated by pressing environmental concerns. Jakarta's location on the island of Java exposes it to various natural hazards, including earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. These factors have played a pivotal role in the government's decision to pursue a new capital city that promises enhanced safety and security for the nation. Jakarta, like many parts of Indonesia, is situated within the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area known for its high tectonic activity. This makes the city prone to seismic events, including earthquakes. The region's complex geology and location along multiple tectonic plate boundaries increase the risk of potentially devastating earthquakes. Beyond earthquakes, volcanic eruptions also pose a substantial risk in the region. Indonesia is home to more than 120 active volcanoes, including Mount Merapi, which is relatively close to Jakarta. These volcanic eruptions can result in ashfall, landslides, and other hazards that jeopardize the well-being of the population. The decision to relocate Indonesia's capital is not only a response to Jakarta's urban challenges, but also a strategic move to safeguard the nation against the environmental threats posed by its current location. It reflects a commitment to ensuring the long-term safety and security of the country's political and economic center. Given these mounting challenges, the Indonesian government decided it was time for a change. In August 2019, the government officially announced the new capital's location, which will be on the island of Borneo, in the provinces of East Kalimantan. This momentous decision marks a pivotal shift in Indonesia's history, with the government recognizing the need for a modern, purpose-built capital designed to address these issues and foster a more equitable and sustainable future. Known as Nusantara, the Indonesian government aims to relocate up to 1.9 million people to its new capital by 2045, with some civil servants moving as early as 2024. Nusantara is estimated to cost around $35 billion to construct. What is the vision for Nusantara? Anticipated to span an extensive 2,560 square kilometers, approximately 4 times the size of Jakarta. The Indonesian government's plans for the new capital city in East Kalimantan are marked by ambition and comprehensiveness. This project involves a substantial investment in essential infrastructure, including the construction of a new airport, government facilities, and transportation networks. Moreover, it places a strong emphasis on sustainability and aims to serve as a model for a smart city. The Indonesian government envisions the new capital as a model green and hyper-connected digital utopia, with well-planned urban development that addresses the challenges faced by many rapidly growing cities. It seeks to provide a high quality of life for its residents while reducing the environmental impact. The hope is that the new capital will serve as an inspiration and example for other cities worldwide as they address the complex issues of urbanization, infrastructure, and sustainability. While it will be at least 20 years or so before we see the city and its impacts, the decision to relocate Indonesia's capital from Jakarta to Nusantara represents a bold and forward-thinking move that carries the potential to tackle a multitude of challenges that have long plagued Jakarta. This endeavor is characterized by its complexity, with numerous factors and intricacies to carefully weigh and manage. However, if executed successfully, it holds the promise of profoundly shaping Indonesia's future for the better in various ways. Thank you for watching another InfoWired video. Don't forget to subscribe.